Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, we are from Group 7, which has three members, namely Intan Nawalia with a student number of 098, Ananda Erysia with a student number of 099, and Ahmad Mudjani with a student number of 100. Allow us to present the result of our group work on the life and development of insects. First definition of insect. Insects are generally a group of animals that have 6 legs or hexapods, where their bodies are composed of 3 parts, namely the head, chest, and stomach. Insects belong to the arthropod phylum. Insect breeding. Insects develop from eggs that form in the ovaries of the female insect. The reproductive capacity of insects under normal conditions is generally very large. Therefore, it is understandable why insects reproduce so quickly. The period of development of an insect in the egg is called embryonic development. And after the insect emerges from the egg, it is called post-embryonic development. Next, metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is the whole series of changes in shape and size from egg to adult or imago. Metamorphosis is divided into two, namely complete metamorphosis and incomplete metamorphosis. Complete metamorphosis has the following phases. The eggs become larvae, then become pupa, and the last become adult. For example, Coleoptera, Diptera, Lepidoptera, and Hymenoptera. Then incomplete metamorphosis has the following phases. Egg become a nymph and become adult. For example, Odonata, Epimeroptera, and Lecoptera. The role of insect in agriculture. The negative role of insects in agriculture and in life is as an eating plant for cultivated plants, as a factor that causes disease in plants, and as a cause of disease in humans. The positive role of insects is as pollinators, as decomposers, as predators, or parasitoids, or natural enemies. As an environmental bioindicator, as producer of usable and usable materials in the health sector.
Factors that determine the development of insect population. Next. Internal factors. First, life cycle. The shorter life cycle, then the faster insect population will grow. Then sex ratio. The more females population, the more quickly the insect population is growing. Coperidian. The higher coperidian level of an insect, the faster insect population will develop. Next. External factor. The abiotic external factor first is rainfall. If the weather excessive, it will be bad for the breeding and growth of pet organisms. Next, factor of temperature. Insects are cold-blooded organisms whose body temperature is greatly influenced by environmental temperature. Every insect has a certain temperature range. Then humidity has a big influence on pest life. When the humidity is suitable for the insect life needs, the insect tends to withstand extreme temperature. Then the biotic external factor. First is predator. Predator is an animal that kills and eats other animals. Two is parasitoid. Parasitoid are animals or insects whose life depends on other animals or insects. Three, pathogens. A pathogen is an organism that causes disease. Four is competitors. Next. Cause of the pest eruption. One is monoculture cropping. In the agricultural environment system, a simple biotic community is found because only one particular type of plants is planted for a long time over a large area. The situation is less stable and thus provides a stable environment for increasing pest population. Two is cultivate constantly. In agricultural ecosystems, certain types of plants cultivated by humans grow in the same place from year to year. This will cause these pests to grow and increase in number so that they can result in a huge losses. 3. Excessive use of fertilizers. Pesticides that were used to control pests by reducing the same population, but due to the knowledge and final calculation of the insecticide have even increased by the human population, so that the goal of saving crop damage is not achieved. 4 is entry of new plant species. The introduction of plant species is not previously present in the area often creates conditions suitable for an increase in pest insect population. Next.
And 5, the introduction of new types of pests. 6, pest-resistant varieties. 7, planting time. And 8, use of pesticides that are not correct and waste. Next page. Observed data in pest observation. 1, the presence of plant pests. 2, the area of the attack. 3, the type of pest concerned. 4, pest population density. And 5, the level of damage caused. Next slide. Population density interpretation. 1, absolute population interpretation, namely observing directly at a pest habitat or soil, plants, or plant spread, etc., which is expressed in units of land area or habitat for pets. 2, interpretation of relative population, namely knowing change from time to time or difference from one place to another. Methods using insect networking or using leg trap, pheromone trap, or other type of traps. And number 3, population index, which is carried against pets that hide in the nest or are in the hard to reach place. Be observing the number of attacks or the amount of phases, and interpretation of the population can be made. Next.
Okay, that's all from our group. Thank you for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.